Here at CAN TV. My name is Art Sims. I am the Community Outreach Manager and your host for this evening. We're so excited to be back for another wonderful show. We want to wish you all Happy New Year, and we hope that it is a healthy and prosperous new year. Just to give you a little bit of history about the Guest House Foundation, we are temporary medical lodging located in the medical district right here in Chicago. We're at the corner of Polk and Damon. We have 58 fully furnished apartments for temporary medical stay. Guests stay with us as little as 24 hours up to a year, depending on what their condition and treatment would be. Before the interview is over, I'll give you more information of how you can connect with us. Our website is located on the bottom of the screen. January is National Mental Wellness Month, and I think that is so perfect to kick off what we're talking about tonight. With mental health wellness being something that is always in the forefront, it is so important that we talk about people and their overall mental health. This evening, I welcome to the show a dear friend of mine who is not only a wonderful life coach, an author, a mentor, a podcaster, a trainer, and motivational speaker, but he is also a licensed clinical social worker. Ladies and gentlemen, honored to welcome my good buddy, Mr. Kahlid Scott. How are you?
I'm doing well, Art, and thank you for having me.
It is a pleasure to have you here. Each and every month on this show, we do our very best not only to educate our audience about the Guest House Foundation, but we also want to leave wonderful and positive nuggets that reassure people about the world in which we're living in.
Yes.
And as you and I both were talking in the green room before the show started, we have been seeing an uptick in very famous people who have made the news that we have all found out, unfortunately, have committed suicide.
Yes.
And with January being Mental Health Awareness Month, or not mental health, but Mental Wellness Month, because May is actually Mental Health Month.
Correct.
This is Mental Wellness Month.
Right.
I want to talk about the importance of starting the new year off mentally well.
Yes.
Can you share some info with us on that?
Absolutely. I've been in this business, Art, 32 years.
Correct.
And for the past 4.5 years, I've done not only working with the veterans at the VA, dealing with MESA issues, mental illness and substance abuse, but also in private practice, working with, and this is a bragging point now, 20 African-American men on their mental health issues.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
Because I'm not sure if you know the statistics, but leading causes of suicide now are affecting African-American men and men of color.
Yes.
So the suicide rates are going sky high. Also, the population that's being affected by death by suicide are young people.
Yes. Yes.
So we have no more time or flexibility not to deal with mental illness in our community.
Let me ask you this, and for so long, mental illness has been such a taboo, not only in our community, but in communities, period.
Yes.
And so why is mental illness such a taboo thing to talk about?
Well, it's because it's, in most people's minds, it's abnormal.
Okay.
Right? When you hear about cancer, heart disease, and other physical, sicknesses or diagnoses, well, you have more empathy and sympathy. But when it comes to mental illness, the mind, and it's the mind that betrays you, people get very scared, very intimidated, hearing terms, diagnoses like depression or bipolar or schizophrenia, because you think, wow, if this person has these deficits in their mind, then they're a threat to other people. But the reality is they're more so a threat to themselves.
Okay.
And then especially the communities of color, the really reason why it's a taboo is because that's airing our dirty laundry.
Okay.
You know,
Which is true.
absolutely.
Everything that you're saying is so truthful and impactful, and I wish more and more people would seek help when needed. What are some of the initial signs that your mental wellness may not be where it should be? Are there is there a checklist? Is there?
Sure.
Okay, and what are some of these situations?
Well, let me say this. A lot of us do the armchair diagnosis. And what I mean by that,
Or the Google diagnosis.
the Google
The Google
diagnosis.
diagnosis, yes.
So you got that uncle who on Thanksgiving and Christmas sits in the corner, and he's always been known as the special uncle who has special issues, and we give him the diagnosis of he's depressed. Well, the reality is no one can have a diagnosis unless someone like me does an assessment or an evaluation and use our Bible called the DSM-5,
Okay.
which outlines a list of symptoms that may say this person might have this specific diagnosis. That's the only time a person is truly diagnosed, when a professional gives them a diagnosis, right?
Right.
And then the other part too is that a lot of us have things going on, but maybe not to the extent of where our mental wellness is at in play.
Okay.
Right. And what happens is, if you suspect that, wow, life is really challenging me and I'm not really dealing with it well,
Right.
I ask anybody, go and seek a mental health clinician.
I couldn't agree with you more. Absolutely. Right.
Because you know you.
Right.
You know when things are really off. And you know, hey, typically I knew how to kind of drink some coffee or hang out with friends or go to a spa day and get back connected with myself. But when you're dealing with a mental health disorder, it's your mind not working well. And it's defeating you slowly but surely. And you're not yourself. And people can see the deficits. And that's where it should tell you, go to the emergency room and tell them, I'm not feeling well and I want to see a psychiatrist or a psychologist or a therapist or a social worker to determine what's going on with me.
Makes sense. It really does. For those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Guest House Show here at CAN TV. We're here once a month. Guest House is temporary medical lodging located in the medical district here in the lovely medical district. I love the medical district area. We offer 54 fully furnished apartments for those that need to stay close to the hospital. We're referral based, and you would have to come through one of our wonderful partnering hospitals. And so the conversation that we're having is in honor of January being Mental Wellness Month. And we want everybody to check in on your mental wellness. In the news recently here in the Chicagoland area, within the last 3 months, we have been just hearing a lot of stories of people who have had promising careers, doing great things. Our last story here in Chicago was the story of a Chicago public school teacher who actually, they saw on camera, they eventually found her body in the lake. What an unfortunate situation. Her family did say that she was struggling with mental health issues. And so tonight, we have a really wonderful gentleman who is here with us, the one and only Mr. Kahlid Scott, a dear friend of mine's, author, mentor, but he's a licensed clinical social worker. And we're talking tonight about identifying, recognizing, and then how do we just get a hold of ourselves and love ourselves a little bit more. Kahlid, I really appreciate you being here this evening.
Thank you for having me.
I want to talk about some things that people can do to kind of make themselves feel better about the world in which we live in. We're living in some very precocious times right now. We're in some situations where people are still financially challenged. If you look in the grocery store, the prices are outrageous. If you look at housing right now, things are just absorbently high. And so I want to talk to people most importantly about being happy.
Yes.
And so it's easier to say being happy than it is to be happy. And the reason I know this is I've been in the situation myself.
Yes.
What would you advise somebody to do to be happy?
Okay. Well, we're individuals. So something that might make me happy and have joy may not do it for you. Something that does it for you may not do it for me. So you have to always assess your own self because you know you better than anybody, right? And one of the things I tell people as a therapist, I hear trauma and tragedy every day. So when I go home at night, guess what my thing is? Grab some sweet iced tea, a snack, and look at old black and white movies.
Really? Okay.
The reason why? Because the plot lines are simplistic. There's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. And I get so relaxed, right? And then the next thing I know, I'm asleep.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, for 10 hours a day, I'm taking in
Other
trauma.
people. Right.
And
right.
other people's
Right.
stuff, right? And they call it secondary trauma because I'm hearing it.
Correct.
And it's coming to me. So not only I watch black and white movies, I go to the gym 3 days a week. So I can physically get rid of that toxicity that's coming in, you know? And then I do simple things like I talk to friends on the phone. You know, nothing outlandish. I go and get manicures and pedicures. I travel every year. You know, I've built a close village of friends who, when I need to de-escalate, I can. And more importantly, I see a therapist, even though I'm a therapist.
Well, which makes sense.
Absolutely.
Right, because the blind just cannot lead the blind unless you know where we're going, and no disrespect to the blind, but you know what I'm saying? Everybody needs some guidance or source to be able to help them do this. I also want to talk about sleeping habits.
Yes.
You know, there are some people that can sleep all day. There are some people that don't sleep at all.
Right.
How do we better get a more restful night of sleep? What advice would you give on that?
Right. Well, I'm noticing myself and my friends, so we're all in our 50s, you'll see us in the middle of the night on Facebook, right? Now, for me, it's because I go home and I turn on that black and white movie, and then I fall asleep around 8 o'clock. Well, by 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I've gotten my 5, 6 hours in, so I wake up.
Okay.
And may go to the washroom. And then I'll I'll grab the cell phone and get on because I'm curious about what's going on in the world. But what I suggest is that people, if your sleep is interrupted, put this away. Cut the television off. Maybe not drink some liquids after 7 o'clock because that will force you to have to go in the middle of the night to the bathroom. But try to have your bedroom complete dark. Completely dark.
Correct.
Or one of the things I do to make sure I go to sleep, I listen to rain. And I just turn on YouTube and play rain.
Really?
And it's very soothing.
I'd be worried it's a leak in my house. I'd be like, dang, Lord, I hope it ain't leaking. But I mean, no, but I understand. Right.
Absolutely. So whatever you got to do to make yourself be at peace at night.
Okay.
And I mean, if it's even like, and you know how we do, I have an electric fan next to my bed.
I do too.
So it's something about what they call that white noise.
Yes.
That's very soothing.
Okay, right.
And then I put the covers over my head, and next thing I know, I'm asleep all night.
Interesting. Very good. All right. So we also want to talk about improving heart health. And improving heart health also includes diet.
Yes.
It also includes exercise.
Yes.
And it also includes going to the doctor.
Absolutely.
So let's first of all talk about diet. As we all know, the Food and Drug Administration recently did a new guideline on how we should be eating, the proteins, the vegetables, things like that. How important is a well-balanced diet in mental health?
Absolutely. They go hand in hand because your mental affects your physical. So think about it. Me and you know the things about going on diets, right?
Right.
It starts right here. It never starts here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So mentally.
But it's so good here.
It sure is.
It's so good here. But okay.
I wish I could eat Giordano's and lose weight.
Right.
But I know better.
Okay,
right?
right.
So what happens is you have to start convincing your mind. And what I've learned with the diet thing It's that to start in small increments.
Okay.
Make reasonable goals. So even though you might want to lose 100, say the first 3 months, I want to lose 25 pounds. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then when you get to 25 pounds, add another 25 pounds. You know?
Keep setting a benchmark, keep setting
Absolutely.
a goal for what you want to do.
Absolutely.
And then stick to it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And another trick of the trade, like if you are somebody like me, I love sweets. So when I go on diets or healthy eating plans, what I do is I substitute. So instead of eating M&Ms and Twizzlers, I'm eating raisins and eating strawberries.
Oh, nice. Very good.
See what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
And instead of eating bread, I eat crackers because I want the taste.
Right.
You know? And so it's just how you kind of manipulate your thought process.
Okay.
And then when you're on a diet, instead of saying, I want a cheat day, switch the word to treat day.
Treat day. Because we all owe ourselves some type of reward.
Absolutely.
That's what I feel a lot of people in this day and age have not really rewarded themselves with things. So I think that is so important to say, not say cheat day, but say treat day.
Absolutely.
And that makes a big difference.
Absolutely, because you earned it.
Okay, beautiful. I love that. Now we're talking about physical.
Yes.
We talking about. Let's talk about actually going to the actual doctor.
Okay.
Men, women, children, whoever it is. How important is it to go to the doctor and address that diabetes, address that cholesterol? You know. So what advice would you give, and how that works with the mental overall? 'Cause we kind of talked about that earlier.
Right. So the first thing I'm going to tell everybody, because I do it myself, you got to pay attention to your body. Your body will tell on itself. So 3 years ago, I had to go to the bathroom back to back to back. And I knew that was unusual. And so luckily I live in South Holland and there's an urgent care 3 blocks from my house.
Okay.
3 o'clock in the morning, I got up and went to the urgent care because I was like, something's going on with me. Come to find out, I was developing type 2 diabetes.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
And I was, at the time, 320 pounds.
Wow.
Went to see my doctor the next day. He said, Kahlid, you got to get this weight off of you. And typically, I would go to Giordano's, which is across the street from my doctor's office, to treat myself.
Right.
Not that day.
Okay.
That day, I went to Jewel's and spent $300 on fruits and vegetables.
Wonderful.
9 months later, I lost the weight.
Wow.
But thank God I listened to my body because I know this was abnormal to use the bathroom that much.
Right.
But think about if I wouldn't have went.
Right. It would have spiraled out of control.
Absolutely.
It could have been stroke, heart attack. You
Yes.
could have, any of that. And so it's important that you do understand that.
Absolutely.
Very good.
And then when your doctor makes a recommendation, follow it.
Right.
If you're paying all this insurance to be under doctor care and they give you a treatment plan on what to follow it.
I couldn't
Now, if
agree
you're
more.
challenged, talk to your doctor and say, doctor, this is a lot. Go and see the dietitian.
Correct.
Instead of you trying to figure out your meal plans, But utilize what's there for you.
Very good. We're talking about the fact that January is Mental Wellness Month. That's a lot to say.
Right.
Mental Wellness Month. What a perfect way to kick off the new year by talking about your overall mental wellness. It's important to understand that if your mental is right, your physical will be right. If your physical is not right, your mental could be off as well too. And our guest is the one and only Mr. Kahlid Scott. He's a licensed clinical social worker, life coach, author, mentor, and a good friend of mine. And we're here just talking about the importance of people doing things that will impact them to have a better mental overall health. I'm being somebody who has had bouts with suicide attempts, being someone who has been high as high and low as low, and each time have had to maneuver and figure out what it is that I want to do.
Yes.
And it's not an easy journey. It is really not an easy journey. And so I have no problem with talking about this openly and publicly because I want people to understand that you are not alone.
Correct.
We live in a world where you cannot discriminate against people point, because of a disability, mental health issues are considered a disability.
Yes, they are.
And you are to get treatment, help, and find out what it is that'll put you in a better direction.
Right.
As we move into 2026, and here we are only, 13 days into the new year, what would be some other advice you want to give people in closing as far as what they really should shoot for?
Okay. So I'm going to give you and your audience a homework assignment.
Uh-oh, here we go. Let me take some notes. All right.
The first one, I know a lot of people shy away from New Year's resolutions because typically we don't stick to them. We're not consistent.
Because they turn into resolutions.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I'm going to switch the word from resolutions to goals.
Goals. Okay.
And these are going to be reasonable and realistic goals, right? So again, if the thing is I want to lose weight, make it 5 pounds a month.
Okay.
That's doable.
Yes, it is.
Right? If it's
especially with these new shots. No, but I mean, okay, yes. I'm sorry. Yes, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go.
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead.
If it's I want to change my dating status.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
I want you to start doing things that say I'm open to dating. I'm going to go on websites. I'm going to go out to more social events. I'm going to hang out at the grocery store, Mariano's.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you're going to have reasonable and realistic goals.
Okay.
Number 2, I want all of you all to watch this movie that comes on around Christmas. It's called It's a Wonderful Life. Have you ever seen that movie
I have.
before?
That's a classic. That's a timeless classic.
Right, because what it is it reminds you that no matter what you're going through, you matter.
Wow.
George thought he didn't matter.
Wow.
So watch movies that lift, or read books, or listen to podcasts that uplift your spirits.
Very good.
And then I want you to build better villages. So if you have a village of people, but you see that sometimes they're a little bit negative and you need more positivity in your life, it's okay to make a friend a year.
Oh, absolutely.
Me and you are going on 27 years of friendship. Thank God I met you in 1998.
Thank God.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So find a friend every year.
That's right. That's a beautiful way to put that. That is so incredible. We want to remind everyone that if you or a loved one is feeling distressed, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. The Crisis Center is free, confidential. You can get emotional support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can call 1-800-273-8255. You can even text them now by texting HOME to 741-741, completely free. But please do not suffer in silence. Do not go and feel like you're isolated by yourself. You'd be surprised the number of people who battle with mental health issues and issues that are pertaining to being overwhelmed, not satisfied, not feeling complete. So please do not sit and suffer in silence. I want to remind everyone to please save the date for April 27th of 2026. The House Always Wins is Guest House annual fundraiser that will be held at the beautiful Carnival, which is located in the Swank Fulton Market District. Sponsorships are available now. You can always call our office to be able to be a part of that, or visit our website, as well as we'd like to encourage you to follow Guest House on our social media pages. On Facebook, it's Guest House Foundation. On Instagram, it's Guest House Chicago. So remember, you're saving the date to come join us for our gala on Monday, April 27th at Carnival. Go to guesthousechicago.org for more information. Kahlid, before we have to run, we only have a few more moments here.
Yes.
I just want to talk about the fact of love and acceptance in the world in which we live in.
Yes.
What is the key element to love and acceptance?
What a fantastic question to end the show. Give this other assignment to my clients and friends and family. I want you to have the best love affair. And guess who it's going to be with? You.
Yep.
If you learn how to love you with an agape love, with an everlasting love, with a non-conditional love, then you'll be open to love everybody else.
That's right.
But it has to start, be in the middle, and end with you.
I love it. I do. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great. Can people follow you on social media?
Absolutely. Absolutely. My name is Kahlid, Khalid Scott. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, and X. So, and then you can reach me at 312-43-SCOTT or find me on psychologytoday.com.
Very good. We want to thank you guys so very much for being here with us. On behalf of the Guest House Foundation, we thank you for tuning in. If we can be of any service to you, please go to our website for more information. We'll be back next month with another great show. Stay well, stay healthy, and stay wonderful. We're out.
Thank you.